All right, I've got everything wired up now and tested, it's working. I've got 3 switches all wired up here, and if you can see, the LED lights are set to always on. So this is actually, the button, for example, is gonna go inside of here, and the person will be able to push down on the button. But I've just got the colorful piece off for right now. I've got a different video kind of explaining how I wired everything up, but this is just a quick view. This here is 3.3 volts that goes into this rail on the breadboard, and then it's kind of hard to see, but this here is actually a ground that's soldered in to the bottom of the ground GPIO pin on the Raspberry Pi, and that goes over to this rail. And I'm using some resistors. I'm using a 10K and a 1K resistor for each one of these, just to prevent some of the current draw. So what I've got going as far as a test and kind of simulating how this is going to work, over here I've got the just a Raspberry Pi, the one that's sitting down here. So I've got a bit of Python here that they included with the project to test out to make sure that the buttons are wired. So I'm going to go ahead and run this code, and it doesn't look like it's actually doing anything, and that's because it's waiting for me to press a button. So if I come down here, and I'm just going to take this button and point the camera up at the screen, so when I press it, and I'm going to just keep pressing it, it registers that that particular button, number 2, has been pressed. And the same thing goes for the other button. So if I press that one happens to be button 1. And lastly, the other button here, if I press that, now it shows button 3 has been pressed. So I've got all the wiring working. Now all that's left is putting it all into the boxes. So for the boxes, with the help of Heather, we bought these little boxes here, and this one's green, but it's kind of like an evergreen. This heart is going to be covered up. This is just a box that they sold over in the crafts department at Walmart. So we just modified them a little bit, and then I've got a red one. All right, so looking at these, the way it's going to work is I'll have a hole drilled in there like this, and I'll set the button over top like so. It'll be, it'll cover up that part. And inside the box is where all the different electronics are gonna go and all the wiring. And I'll have to cut some holes over on the edge to make everything fit. That's all I got for now.